Hi, my name is Sean Pashley. I am Vice President of Partner Success at EverWash, and welcome to this month's Advanced Sales Tactics webinar. It is August of 2024, and I'm excited to revisit a webinar that I've done before with some new updated information in a much nicer format as we upgrade our video content. So if you have seen our past video on the psychology of sales, you're going to see some similar stuff and maybe pick up on some more. And as always, for the AST webinars, it'll be 30 minutes or less. So let's get started. In this month's edition of the AST or Advanced Sales Tactics webinar, we're digging into the psychology of sales. So I don't think you have to be a Jedi to be in sales. I don't think you have to be a sales guru to sell well. I think, like anything else, if you want to do it well, you've got to learn the tips and tricks and you've got to practice. The better you want to be at it. And it's all, it's about doing the right thing for the car wash and ourselves, right? So we have a chance to make some extra money. At the end of the day, members are happier, statistically speaking, than single wash customers. And when you think about it, your members are, generally your favorite people. You get to talk to them about the game. They make the day go by quicker. They're more forgiving. They're more outgoing. They don't ask as many questions. So members are just better all around, right? So if we're going to make our lives easier and make some money, we've got to learn to hone our craft. And some of the ways to do that, and the most basic ways to do that, are to learn the psychology of sales. I think that many people, when we start the EverWash program or anyone starts a membership program, salespeople such as yourselves have some innate abilities, right? You have a decent personality or a great personality, some of you, and you start off pretty well. And then you hit that first challenging season and things kind of stop. So I'm warning you, if you're new to this and you're sort of honing your craft, continue to hone your craft. You're going to hit times that are hard. If you're seeing a time that's great right now, it's going to get more difficult. If you're not as good right now and you want to get better, you're going to continue to get better, and you'll still hit hard times, right? It's what we call peaks and valleys. And there's a book about it, which is a great book. In our days, in our weeks, in our months, in our years, there are going to be good days and bad days, right? Good weeks, bad weeks. And you just have to sort of roll with it. So let's dive in and learn a little bit more about the psychology of sales. Of course, we're going to start with the basics. Fulfilling our part, let's make sure before we get our heads in anything deeper that we start with the best and most important part, which is first things first, right? The basics. Firstly, always greet the customer warmly. Service is number one. Without customers, there's no you. Without you, there's no us, right? So you've got to be great to the customers, whether they're single wash customers or unlimited. You've got to be awesome to them. Studies show us that if you pretend to be happy long enough in the day, you'll get happy. So just pretend to be happy. If you're not, you'll come around. Number two, make it about them. How can I make this moment, this exchange uniquely, make them feel uniquely special? How do I make them feel awesome? How do I brighten this person's day? And then eventually you make enough people happy, you're going to get happier, right? You're going to be known as that warm and charming person. And that transcends your work life, right? Create 10-second relationships or 5-second relationships or 20-second relationships, whatever it is. Become their 20-second friend, right? And utilize that to sell a membership or recommend upsells. Be genuine and be yourself. There's no need in faking it and giving those same jokes over and over again that some people do. Just be yourself. If you're not the super outgoing person, that's okay too. Be yourself and find a way to mesh that into your sales pitch, okay? So use what you know to create a need. What we know is they're here and they have a dirty car. They pulled into the car wash because they had a need, all right? And that need is to get a clean car. So you know that about them. You know they're here. You know they have a clean car. That's what we've got. You can build on that, right? Use what you know they have a dirty car to present the solution, which is number 6, which is address their need, right? Hey, You're here because you want a clean car. You know what? A clean car is a great idea to make your car look good all the time and keep its value up and make you feel better about yourself in the car. And I have a way to make you get that special feeling all the time, right? Put it all together. What do we know about them? Let them tell you things. Hey, I park under a tree. That's the first joke I make, right? When I see a bunch of bugs on the front of a car or bird poo, wow, it's like you parked under a pterodactyl, huh? Like, wow. Or hey, you didn't miss a single bug on the way here, did you? Excuse me. So those are the basics, right? Remember them. Don't forget them as you get into the more advanced stuff. And most importantly, use the rack cards. Use these rack cards to slow people's brains down. If you're not using the rack card, you're not doing it right. You could sell 7 out of 10 members, and if you're not using the rack card, I'm going to tell you you're doing wrong. You probably would have sold 9 out of 10 because this device slows their brain down. When you look somebody in the eyes, hey, how are you? Hey, which wash would you like today? You are making them present with you. They are active listeners now. This tool does that for you. Besides the fact, if they say no, you can say, great, well, hey, if you change your mind, that's how you sign up. That's my promo code. Thanks and have a great day, right? Got to use the tools. So as we get in, sort of one of the things I find most intriguing about psychology in the realm of sales is mirroring, right? Think about how we see faces in the clouds. Sometimes you look up and you're like, that's a face or something. Human beings project ourselves onto other things. If I were talking to you right now and I started talking really fast and I asked you a question, you'd answer me back in a quick fashion. Humans mirror humans. We react to the people around us, okay? So if someone comes up to us hostile or lethargic or unhappy, we're probably going to mirror that as well, right? So be cognizant of your appearance when you approach a car. Be cognizant of your tone and your volume, your body language. But you're going to react differently to different people. You're not going to come up super passionate and talking really fast to an older person, are you? No, you're going to slow it down a little bit. Be a bit more methodical in the way you speak. Be a bit more clear and enunciate better. So be mindful that everyone is very cognizant of your body language when you approach the car. Are you being hostile? You're worried about 9 other things. Are you smiling? Hi, how are you? And not just turning it on at the end, walking up to the car like this. Hi, how are you? That's all very visible, right? You're on stage in your business. You're on stage at the car wash from the moment someone can see you until the transaction's over. So just be mindful of that, right? So your body language has to say what you want from that customer. What I want out of a customer is I want to be clear and concise. I want to be happy. I want to be outgoing. I tend to have a lot of energy and passion in what I do, and I tend to get that back from people, right? So I tend to use things like the Sullivan nod. If you look at another human being and you nod, there's a greater than 70% chance they're going to nod back at you. So when I'm looking at someone, I'm asking them a question, I am nodding. Hey, doesn't that sound awesome? Can we get you started? Great. So body language. Make sure that you're not slouching when you get to the car. Confidence. Hi, how are you? Great to see you. A smile. Hopefully you're dressed in a uniform. You're looking the part. You don't have raggedy clothes. A great smile. Having confidence. You can't have confidence without competence. So if you don't know your menu, you just can't really be totally confident in that engagement with the customer, right? Energy. What kind of energy are you presenting, right? Are you giving this energy, or are you giving I'm trying to get you going type energy, right? All this stuff can turn on a dime. All this passion and energy and smile, that can all go away if we're rushing someone through and it's obvious because we're busy and we're sweating. And your passion, right? I have a passion for what I do. I have a passion for training you. I have a passion for the engagements throughout my day. I have a passion for making people better at things. That's my high, man. That's my drug of choice. So I could be a street sweeper, and I'd be the best darn street sweeper in my neighborhood or in my town because I just like being good at stuff, and I take joy in my life out of knowing that I do things well and that I prepare for them and that I practice and that I'm good at things. So when I'm at a car wash selling memberships, when I'm helping at a car wash and selling to customers and acting as an attendant, as a ticket writer, I do the best job I can. That's not part of my job. I help out and do it, but I just want to do a great job. And again, use that Sullivan knot. It's a great sales tactic. So that's mirroring, right? Your customers and members are going to mirror what you're giving them. So give them the right input to get the right output. Okay. Then we move on to this cool thing that I learned about recently. According to sales expert Jeffrey James, the following emotions impact decision making. So when somebody's pulled up and they're going to make a decision to buy or not, these six things are going through their brain potentially. One of these six things, or maybe more than one, maybe a couple of these six. But greed, fear, altruism, envy, pride, and shame. Now, we don't want to play to things like shame and greed and those things, but inevitably it's going to happen. So we can play to that. And depending on the output that your customer gives you, we can help in that process by paying attention to these dimensions. So how can we use these emotions and these thoughts to help us in our quest to give them a clean car every day of the week? Well, greed, that's an easy one, right? We probably see that a lot. You mean, and it's not necessarily greed, it's probably, not the right way to put it, but greed is, hey, I want to save, I want to pay as little as possible and wash my car as much as possible, right? That's probably the easiest of all that we get. The fear of missing out, right? Fear of missing out, it's a real deal. Am I going to miss out on keeping a car clean and getting the best value in return for my car when I trade it in? Will my paint get damaged as I let cracks turn in, imperfections turn into cracks turn into, chips of paint? Altruism, right? Altruism is doing the right thing, right? So that plays into a lot of what we do because we work at mom and pop car washes, right? We're not working at big corporate Goliaths. So people are coming to us because they shop local. They want to experience the local mom and pop atmosphere. So that's a good one to give to them, right? Hey, understanding, yep, we're mom and pop owned, been here for 3 generations. Bop, 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 bop. Envy. The red carpet treatment is a good answer to this. And by the red carpet treatment, I mean providing things for your members like a member lane so that other people go, hey, how's that guy driving past the line? I want to be able to do that, right? Why is that guy getting a cold bottle of water? Or, why do they get to do that? Why why didn't they have to open their window and they're just scanning a QR code? So envy's a good one, right? Hey, what's that guy got? I want that. That's cool. That's the cool new thing. Pride, probably what a lot of us wash our cars for. We don't want to be driving around with a car that doesn't look the part. I know a lot of people, I've been at car washes where people get to buy a membership and they don't have a rear bumper cover, right? Think about it. When you think about many Americans don't own a home. I think greater than 50% of Americans now don't own a home. They rent. So if you're renting, you don't have a mortgage, your car is probably the most expensive thing you own. It's probably your most valuable asset if you don't own a home, right? So it doesn't matter that it doesn't have a rear bumper cover. It doesn't matter that there's a huge dent or maybe some paint's not perfect. That is that person's baby, right? That's the most expensive thing they own potentially. Everybody deserves the right to feel pride in their car. Let them have that, right? Don't treat them different because there's a dent on the car, the paint's not right, or maybe some of the paint's peeling on the hood. Let the car look as good as it can, right? Give them that opportunity. Or at least they'll know that, hey, maybe the car has some imperfections, but it's not dirty, right? So pride is a great one. And then shame, although it's sort of a tough one. You don't want people to, you always see the cars with "wash me" written on them. That might be when that person finally decides to come and get their car washed. Don't make fun of them for that. Just, I've sold many of those people a membership, right? It's a tough one when somebody feels ashamed into getting their car washed clean. But hey, don't worry, I've got a really inexpensive way for this to never happen again. All right, so think about these 6 things and cater your thought process and your pitch to those. Make sense? We're really moving through it. And then, I want to go through some interesting facts to get your mind spinning on the psychology of membership. So, rhyming statements are more believable than non-rhyming statements. So if you were to give your pitch, I I'm really not good at rhyming, but if you were to involve rhymes in your pitch, I'll tell you a rhyme, I'll cut on a dime, I won't commit any crime when I tell you this is the best membership ever. Don't do that pitch. That's the worst pitch I've ever heard. But what I'm saying is, if you find a way to put a rhyme into what you say, into your pitch, it's actually more believable. Maybe you won't be able to, but it's a fun fact. Fear of missing out, FOMO, it's an actual real thing. So FOMO is a real thing. It's called loss aversion. Insanity, right? So that's a real deal. So play to it, right? People don't want to miss out on that good deal. Hey, I understand completely that you don't want to buy, you're thinking about towards next time, but next time if you come back, you got to pay the $12 again plus the extra 10 for a membership. Why not just pay it now? Try it out. And if you don't love it, you never have to pay again, but you don't have to pay for the single wash again, right? That's a huge one. And if you don't know what I mean, hey, if somebody says they come for a $12 wash today and a membership's only 22, and they say, hey, maybe next time, that's fine. But understand, today you're going to pay 12. Next time you come, you're going to pay 12. That would have paid for the membership. Why not just get it now and try it? We have a higher tendency to agree with people we like. So that 10-second relationship you're creating helps them believe that you're telling them the truth, right? I like to say things, hey, you know where we are. We've been here for 3 generations. We're not going anywhere. You can trust us when I say that if you don't love this membership, you can cancel at any time. It's that easy. Why don't we just sign you up? If you don't love it, you never have to pay again. You can cancel. How's that sound? Saying things like that. Is that fair? Wouldn't that be great? Isn't that cool? Saying things that even if people don't want a membership, they would say yes to. Isn't that a great deal? Yes. Isn't that awesome? Yes. Great, right? Yes. Do you want membership? No. Okay. But you're closer to it. Little yeses lead to big yeses. And then nodding your head at the same time, 99.9% of the way there, man. All right. The more time you spend in the sun, the happier you are. Sunscreen. Use sunscreen. Always use sunscreen. So the more time you spend outdoors, the happier you are. Right? So we have a unique opportunity. Is our job perfect? Nope. Sure isn't. It's great though. You get to be outside. You get to be doing what you want. And I'll tell you what, it's a great career. You can get into the car washing like me without a college degree and make something yourself, right? That's the one good thing about all these car washes popping up. There's opportunity for leaders. There's opportunity to grow in this industry. There's opportunity for you to make more money by selling membership. And then when members come back more, they tip more, right? There's opportunity in all of this here. So get after it. People are happier when they have a clean car. That is statistically factual. I said it. Statistically factual. So if someone has a clean car, a clean house, studies tell us time and time again that they're happier, right? So I don't know about their house, but I can clean the outside of their car, sometimes even the inside of their car for a full service. So people are happier when they have a clean car. That's a fact. And smiling makes you live longer. Also a fact. People who smile more live longer. So smile, have fun, sell some memberships, have a good time. Bringing it all together. Again, this is a good, quick pop, and hopefully I've brightened up your day with some of my misspeaking and lunacy. But let's hone the craft. Understand that when you reach those rough times, you're going to need these tools in your tool belt. Understand that if you are counting your batting average or your free throw percentage, which you should be, this will make you sell more. Out of every 10 customers you see, you should be selling at least one right now. That's non-members. So if we have 20 cars come in, 10 are members and 10 are non-members, you're judging yourself based on the 10 non-members. Those are your opportunities. You should be selling at least 1 out of every 10. If you're decent, you should be selling 2 out of 10. And if you're awesome, 3 or more out of 10. But understand, that means even if you're the Babe Ruth, Barry Bonds of selling, I'm dating myself, I know, you're going to hear no most of the time. That's okay. Provide great service. Give them an opportunity to be future members. Okay? So putting it together, I hope that you get something out of this. I hope that it is the fact that we should all work a little harder if we want to be great at things and we want to make money and we want to make opportunities for ourselves. None of us woke up this morning to go to work just because we thought it was the cool thing to do. We woke up because we wanted to make the best for ourselves and our families. You don't have a family yet, then yourself and your 85 Ford Tempo, like I had when I was a kid. Work for a car, and then work to keep the car. Anyway, so get out there, sell some memberships, have some fun. Understand that we are always here for you. I'm always here for you, and I'd love to help. We want to see you be successful. We want to see you make a bunch of money and have a great time. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thanks for paying attention and listening to my ramblings. And that's it. If you need anything, Sean at EverWash.com. That's SEAN at EverWash.com. Thanks and have a great day.